What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show. We discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. In this video, we got some really big news. Going into 2023, the economy, we're seeing inflation come down, or at least the government tells us. Do you think inflation's going down? We've seen the readings come, inflation has gone from 9% down to 8.5%. The Social Security COLA, cost of living adjustment raise, that's going out here right now at 8.7%. We've seen inflation come down from 8.7 down to 8%, down to 7.5%, and now down to 6.5%. We've seen gas prices come down. Remember that back in June was at $5.01 on the average here for the national average in the United States. Gas prices are definitely lower than that. In California, we've seen gas at $7 a gallon in some places. So we've definitely seen gas prices come down, but we have definitely not seen food prices and a lot of other prices come down. And now we're seeing a lot of major companies start to lay off tens of thousands of workers. That's right. Walmart and Amazon, the two largest employers in this country, saying, we've had enough. We can't take it anymore. We're going to start having to lay off tens of thousands of workers. That's right. Take a look. That's right here. Just a few days ago, not even, Amazon, one of the two largest employers here in the United States, saying, we've had enough. We have to start cutting workers, tens of thousands of them, 18,000 workers in its biggest layoff ever here in the United States. In fact, they actually sent out letters and emails to their employees saying, sorry, we're going to have to do a reduction in the workforce. Yeah. And just as the stock market was rebounding after a hot start of 2023, well, the stock market all of a sudden started plummeting because of, exactly what Walmart and Amazon are doing, shedding tens of thousands of employees and basically saying, we can no longer employ you. This is a big concern. Yeah, you can see here, Dow Jones stock index drops over 600 points, posts the worst day of the year after weak economic data. Thought we may have been out of the woods here. Hawkish Fed remarks erase inflation cheer. And we were thinking maybe, just maybe, the Federal Reserve might just give us a break and stop raising interest rates. Well, Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed's probably laughing at us right now in his, multi-10+ million mansion, and is probably just going to raise interest rates on the low and middle income class here yet again, as it's just going to pound us again. Yeah. Remember, every time they raise interest rates, who does it hit the most? The low and middle income. Yeah, because it affects your credit cards, your credit card interest rates. It affects the home mortgages. It affects your car loans. When you go to buy a car, you go to lease a car, a used car even. Yeah, it doesn't affect the rich. It doesn't affect them. It affects the low income. It affects people paying interest. Credit card interest, mortgage interest, personal loans, and things are going to go even higher in 2023. That's right. Oh yeah, and in case you were wondering, average credit card interest rates for the week of January 18th, 2023. Check this out. The average credit card interest rate is 20.16%. Wow. APR's annual percentage rate on brand new credit cards are still climbing. According to creditcards.com latest weekly rates report, testing new cardholders' ability to absorb higher than ever rates. More than a month after the Federal Reserve's officials last hiked federal interest rates by 0.5 percentage point. A handful of issuers are still playing catch up and continue to bump up the rates they advertise online. So rates are still going up from the last interest rate hike. For example, among the most recent interest rate hikes on credit cards, Chase increased APRs the lender advertises online by 0.5 percentage point this week alone. That, in turn, caused the national average credit card APR to climb once again on Wednesday to another all-time high. And get this, never before have card APRs climbed this much this quickly. Yikes. Year over year, the national average card APR is up by more than 4% in the last year. Wow. An extraordinary transformation considering that new card APRs have historically evolved much more slowly. For example, between 2010 and 2020, the national card annual percentage rate hardly budged at all, only changing by less than 0.5 percentage point over 10 years. And as if that wasn't enough, the Federal Reserve is set to raise interest rates here again at the end of this month. And probably again after that. Yeah, so it's, and who's affected? Pretty much everybody in this country except for the extremely wealthy. People who are rich, people who don't pay interest. Remember, if you actually pay your credit card off in full every month, you won't pay any interest. Yeah, then, in fact, the credit cards will actually probably pay you with rewards. So if you set your card to just pay off in full every month or pay it off in full manually, and you have rewards, the cards actually pay you with whatever your rewards are. So if you do that, it's actually a really good strategy. And congratulations, you are beating the system. Yeah, so it's really cool if you actually do that. But in fact, let me know down below in the comments section if you've actually implemented any strategies to pay down your debt during these high debt times. An interesting strategy that we've talked about here before on the channel is the debt snowball strategy. It's actually a faster way to pay off debt, and it actually gives you a morale boost. What you do is you pay off the lowest balance cards. It doesn't matter what the interest rate on the card is. You take the lowest balance card. So let's just say you have 5 different cards, and one of the cards is the lowest balance card. We'll just say it's $100. Pay that card off completely, and then maybe cut it up or put it in a safe or whatever you do. The key there is that you don't use it anymore. Okay, so you pay it off, $100, boom, it's gone, it's completely paid off. Now you don't have that payment anymore. So what you can do now is you have that monthly payment, whatever it was. Let's just say it was $50 a month and you were paying the minimum payment on it. Now you can take that minimum payment and apply that payment and apply that to the next card. Okay, so now that next card you can pay 2 payments on it because you don't have to pay card number 1. Okay, so you can pay card number 1 and card number 2, and it's called the debt snowball. So you can apply 2 payments to card number 2. Let's just say card number 2 has a balance of $300, okay? And now you can pay double payments on that one until you pay that one off, okay? So let's just say you pay $100 a month, because remember, you're paying 2 payments worth on that because you no longer have payment number 1. So let's say you pay $100 a month, maybe $150 a month, you know, because you're trying to catch up on that. You could pay that off in 2 months or 3 months or something like that. Then when that one's paid off, cut it up, put it in a safe. You can close them if you want to, but if you do close them, your credit score will take a little bit of a hit when you actually close credit lines, so keep that in mind. But if you don't have the willpower to not use them again, you can do that. Okay. The other thing you can do is you can just charge something on them, Like you go to the gas station, charge just gas on them or just groceries on them, but pay them off. You can do that as long as you pay it off. So if you go and just buy groceries on them, $50 or something like that, and if you pay the full $50, pay it off in full every month, you won't pay any interest. So the problem is people run into is that they go and they put whatever they put on there. If you buy $100 in groceries and then never pay it off and you keep racking up the debt, that $100 in groceries will eventually cost you $200, $300, $400 because you're paying the interest. So when you're paying 20% interest, which is the average interest rate right now, that means you're paying 20% of what you bought in interest every single year. So for example, if you buy $100 in groceries, that means you're actually going to pay 20% of that in interest every year. So you're going to pay $20 on that $100 just in interest to the credit card company, and you still owe them the 100. Okay, so that you're actually that $100 that you paid for in groceries is actually going to cost you $120, and you still owe them the 100. So every year, actually, it's going to cost you $20 more every single year until you pay off the credit card in full. So that's the problem why you've ever heard the saying, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because people with credit card debt that have it for years and years and years, it keeps them down, it holds them down, and the interest keeps kind of sucking away your money. Or unless you file bankruptcy on it or something like that, or consolidate it or do something to get rid of it or pay it down with the debt snowball, and just kind of wipe it away, you have to do something, because if you just let that interest kind of keep getting at you, that's how it kind of keeps you poor. Again, not, financial advice, because I don't know everybody. I'm talking to thousands of people here, but kind of gives you an idea of how everything works. If you go talk to a paid financial advisor, this is pretty much what they'll tell you. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis, but interest rates are probably going to go higher, and I'll keep you in the loop here on what's going to happen here. So if you haven't, make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click the bell icon after you subscribe, and also thanks for liking and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you can watch next. You can click here to watch my newest video. And here is a video about Congress potentially changing Social Security. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.